Okay, we'll just get started. So, my name's Sabrina Joseph. I'm the Employee Support Supervisor here at Giant with the First Line Support Team. I'll be going through the introduction to working with Giant. And here's an overview. So, we'll be discussing how this works, getting payment through Giant. We'll be explaining your payslip, holiday pay and how to enter it, pension with the Nest Pension Scheme, and also pension with salary sacrifice. We'll be mentioning the expenses reversal process, tax codes, what to do if it needs changing, reference requests, so how to get this on your portal and how the third party can request it, what the Giant Advantage scheme is, and lastly, how to get in contact with us. So as you can see from the diagram, the hirer will have a contract for services with AMS, and then AMS are the ones who have the contract for services with us, and then we'll have a contract for services with you. So this is not an employment contract. So you'll be paid on a weekly basis, and this is done via BACS, and that's depending if the timesheets have been submitted and authorised on time. These are subject to the payment terms that are agreed with AMS. So some of you may be on 7-day payment terms and some of you may be on 30-day payment terms. Funds will be available in your bank account on the afternoon the day you're due to receive them, and you can enable the SMS payroll alerts, and this just lets you know the amount that you're due to be paid that week. So a pay slip is always made available the day before you're due to receive the funds. So you will see that first before the money arrives in your bank account. This just details the gross pay. So that's just before deductions. And then your net pay, which is after deductions. So deductions being national insurance, tax, pension if you are opted in. It will also detail like the pay rate that you've been paid on and the number of units. This is just an example of what your payslip will look like. Bear in mind, it's just zoomed in just for the presentation purposes. So just at the top, you see the company details. Just below that are all of your details, such as name, address, your contractor reference, tax code, and so forth. If your tax code does change, you'll just always see it change here. In the middle of the payslip is where you get your basic pay units or rate. And then this amount here is a gross amount. So this is always before deductions. Just below here, you can see it says deductions. You'll have NI, tax, and then we get to your net pay. And that is where it goes into your bank account and what you receive. The very bottom of the payslip is a payroll analysis. You get to see what you've been paid this period. So this part here should mimic everything in this column. And then you've got year to date. So it will just literally add on each pay slip and you can see what you've been paid, gross, tax, NI, year to date. So holiday pay, you have a minimum entitlement of 28 days per year, and that includes the bank and public holidays. It's AMS who advise us of what the annual leave entitlement should be. So these are all the annual leave entitlement days. Generically, everyone starts off with 28 days. This can change usually after like the first 12 weeks of having an assignment, but it is down to AMS to let us know and we'll make that change. The holiday year runs from the 1st of January to the 31st of December. Now, we would advise due to health and well-being to take any annual leave you can throughout this year. If you can't take any or all of your annual leave right up until 31st of December, that's fine. It will just carry over into the next year's holiday pot. So you can go onto the holiday tab on the portal or check your payslip if you need to see any like amounts on what's accrued. You do need to accrue the holiday. So every time you're putting through a timesheet and it's getting paid, that percentage is coming off and going into your holiday pot. So when that accrues up, when you've got enough hours in there, you can go in and enter holiday requests as you please. It's important to, check with your line manager that they are happy for you to have them dates off, as we wouldn't be the ones deciding that. we'll just be able to advise on what's accrued and advise on how to enter it. So when you're on the portal, you want to go to the menu bar and select your data, and then you want to select request holiday pay. This is the self-serve holiday function on the portal. Once you've selected request holiday pay, you want to do step one, which is select the correct assignment. Now, some of you guys may have multiple assignments, so you just want to make sure you are picking the correct assignment that applies to the holiday you're taking off. Then you want to select the correct week ending date. So again, this is another drop-down list. You pick the week ending date that you want to take off, and then you want to just put in each box the units, whether that be Monday to Friday or just one day of that week. Everything will auto-populate in the total box, and also in these two boxes here. Double check everything over, make sure you're happy with it, and then just select next. The next page it will bring you to, it will ask you for your line manager's email just to enter it. This is just for admin purposes. We don't contact them and they don't get any notifications that you've entered your holiday. It's just for our admin purposes. Once you've done that, then the holiday will be ready to be processing your most upcoming pay slip. So pension with Nest. This is a government workplace pension. Everybody that works is automatically enrolled after your first pay at Giant. You contribute 5% of your pensionable earnings and Giant contribute further 3%. So once you are enrolled, you can opt out of this. However, I do highly recommend waiting for the Nest welcome pack to arrive. If you try and call them before that arrives, it's likely they will tell you they can't find you on the system. So just wait for that letter to arrive in the post and you'll have your unique reference number that you can quote to them, and then you can follow the opt-out process. If you opt out within 28 days of receiving the welcome pack, you'll be able to get a refund of what's been deducted. However, if you do it after 28 days, you won't get a refund, but you can still seize your account completely. If you wish to opt in early, just let us know. You can send us a message via the feedback section on your portal. If you're completely new with us, you just let us know that you want to opt in early. So with SIP pension, you can gain significant tax savings by contributing into this, new or existing. For example, as a higher rate taxpayer, for every £1,000 contribution, you can save £420 in tax and national insurance, so it only costs you £580. If you would like to start this process of contributing into your new or existing private pension, just discuss the contribution level that you wish to have, and then we'll get one of our pension specialists to get into contact with you. So just let us know again via the feedback section of your portal, and we can get that arranged. Expenses reversal. So in line with the HMRC tax regulations, all expense claims are deemed taxable and is now processed by deducting tax and national insurance. So some of you may have noticed this, some of you may already be completing this process. If you're new to it and you do not have a reversal form, just let us know. We'll send you a blank form. All it means is that any expenses that have gone through payroll, sorry, and are appearing on your payslip as taxed, you just need to fill out the form with those expense claims. It will tell you like what boxes to fill out, and then you just attach the supporting documentation to show like proof of payment, proof of expenses. Our expenses team will review it. It's Giant who conduct the assessment, and this is according to HMRC rules. That just determines if the expenses qualify for tax relief. If it has been authorized and you can get tax relief on that, it will be reversed within 2 weeks following payroll. So it can be sooner, but we just usually give around 2 weeks. So when you first join Giant, your tax code is usually determined by the P45 that we receive from you. If you don't have that, then we'll just ask you to complete the new starter statement. So that's the one where you've got statement A, B, or C, and you pick the one that's applicable to you. This is done on the portal. If you're due a refund, this is just calculated by HMRC. They will send that information via the data system and we will just get that applied on your most upcoming pay slip. Same with tax codes. If that needs to be changed, again, we will receive a P6 notification via the data system and we'll get that changed and updated for you. If you've had a few pay slips and you are not happy with your tax code, then what I would suggest is maybe selecting this link here. It is a good link to get you to understand why you're on the tax code you're on. If it does seem like something's not right or you need to declare something to HMRC, then I would say give them a ring and let them know. And you might be able to find out further information. So if you need a reference, this could be for employment or financial purposes. You can do this yourself on the Giant portal by going to the menu bar, your data, and request reference. What this does is it brings you to a page where you can select a button for an employment reference or a financial reference. Once whatever button you've selected, it will send that reference directly to the email address that you have set up with us on the portal. If it's the third party requesting it, we would ask that they email us at firstlinesupport@giantgroup.com. We would like to know that you have given the appropriate written permission that we can share your details with the third party. If they reach us before you've done that, we'll just reach out to you and ask if you're happy we share this information with them. Ultimately, the turnaround time for references to a third party is around 48 hours, although this can be done quicker. So Giant Advantage, this is a cashback and reward scheme. You can save money each year. There's so many different discounts, retail discounts, gym discounts, and the list can go on. They do change from time to time. There is a cost though. So once you have flagged yourself on the portal from false to true, so there's a little button on your portal where Giant Advantage is. If you do want to opt in, change that button to false to true and you will start contributing £1.75 per week to use the benefits. If you don't want to use it, you don't have to, you're not obliged. But if it does interest you, just follow the instructions and then you'll be able to register. And getting in contact with us. So you've heard me mention the feedback report. If you go to the menu bar and then select feedback, there's a small drop down. Just select add feedback and you'll be able to create a subject and a message. This will come over to us and you'll get a response within 24 hours, sometimes quicker. Another one is the live chat. So current response time is 14 seconds. Every page of the portal should have a chat live with us button, and you'll be able to speak to an operator about any of your queries, and it will get answered in the same way. It's just your preference, really. So just to summarize what we've spoken about today, we've mentioned that this is a contract for services that you're on. Weekly payments are available, but it is subject to payment terms because we do have 30-day payment terms as well. AMS just let us know what payment terms we would need to pay you on. You can set up SMS or email payroll alerts. That just lets you know what you're due to be paid for that week. Payslips are available on your portal and it displays gross and net values such as any deductions such as tax, NI, potentially pension if you're opted in. Holiday, there is a minimum of 28 days entitlement and that it runs from the 1st of January to the 31st of December. We do push for everyone to take it in the year that it accrues in due to health and well-being. Requesting holiday, you can do this yourself on the portal, as previously shown. And the workplace pension with Nest, everybody's automatically enrolled 90 days from the first payslip. There is a SIP salary sacrifice pension that you can also opt into, but you should let us know via the feedback section of your portal if that interests you. The expenses reversals, how this is processed. If you don't have an expense reversal form, again, message us on the feedback section of your portal and we'll get one out to you straight away. The tax code is determined by the P45 you send to us or the new starter statement you fill out on your portal. Tax codes, they are updated via a P6 from HMRC. So if we get that, we'll just update it accordingly. Reference requests, you can retrieve that on your portal, or if it's a third party, they can send us a request to firstlinesupport@giantgroup.com. Giant Advantage Scheme, which is a cashback and reward scheme you can opt into. You're not obliged to do it, but if it does interest you, please do. You can get some money savings each year. And lastly, getting in contact with us via the feedback function or using live chat. So thank you so much for attending the webinar. So happy to take on board any questions you might have. There's a Q&A button on this webinar. I'll get through as many as possible. If you don't have any question, that's fine. You can send them through the feedback section or live chat whenever you're ready to. And if you do get a moment, please do fill out the survey. We would love to know how we can improve our webinars going forward. But that's it from me. I'll wait for some questions to come through. I got one question already about the alerts for payments. So on your portal, you'll see there's a button and it says alerts. You can just select the alerts you want. So if it's SMS or email, and then you can save it. So what happens is when you're due for pay, you'll get a text alert if you've picked SMS, letting you know the amount that's due to you that week. I can see a question about payment terms. Um, we we don't make the decisions on payment terms, I'm afraid, Stephanie. So what I would suggest is checking in with your line manager, just to make sure they have done this correctly and you are supposed to be on payday. Um, and request if you can change it to weekly. We literally just follow their instructions. So if they've sent us the instruction to put you on 30-day, we'll have to put that on. If they send us the instruction to put you as weekly, we can put that on. But if they have set it up as 30-day, then they probably meant to do that. But double check with your line manager anyway. Okay, I can see some people dropping off now. Thank you all for whoever's still here for attending. I hope you found the webinar really useful. Again, send us any queries, questions you might have. Send it via your feedback section of the portal or live chat. And yeah, I hope you all have a beautiful day. Thank you again. Take care. Bye bye.